Great. I am completely, majestically doomed. I transmigrate into a cultivation world where fists write the rules. Other people get divine bodies and sacred meridians. I, the senior brother of Tai Holy Land's 9th peak, turn out to be a pure mortal with a leaky dantian. Perfect. I slap down 5 talismans. I shout for them to break it. In cultivation, murder and treasure snatching are basically breakfast. On 9th peak, I am the only living person. My master spends all year outside dodging debts. The disciples from other peaks have been eyeing 9th peak's resources like hungry wolves. If they learn Tai Holy Land's senior brother cannot even draw chi into his body, I will be chopped into dipping sauce. Nope, I need to pack a bucket and flee tonight. A ding rings as the system detects my deadly crisis. The Invincible Domain system activates. Finally, customer service. System, I knew you would show up. A transmigrator's standard cheat code never misses roll call. I ask for an ancient sacred body, pronto. Or better, let me ascend right where I stand. At Mahayana stage, I could fight 10 at once. The system flatly says it does not provide cultivation. Instead, it binds me to an invincible domain. My current spot becomes the center point. Within a radius of 10 meters, I am absolutely invincible. Now we are talking. Inside the domain, cultivation pressure means nothing to me. My words become law. Dangerous sentence, lovely benefits. Even a casual catch counts as a law of the Tao. I can even step on the heavenly Tao. Rude, but useful. So this is my power? I burst out laughing. The laughing continues. Very villain, very therapeutic. Absolute invincibility. Words that bend reality. Then why would I run at all? In this cultivation world, I can crab walk sideways. I ask whether the domain can move. I am ready to march to 1st peak. That show-off holy son needs a floor-level lesson. The system says the domain is fixed to my 9th peak courtyard. It cannot move. My smile packs its bags. Once I leave and step outside the domain, I return to being a cultivation-free mortal potato. Wait. It cannot move? So I am basically a housebound land spirit? Then how does this domain upgrade? How does the range expand? The system says it grows 1 centimeter per day. 1 centimeter a day. That is barely over 3 meters a year. By the time it reaches the mountain foot, my ashes will be colder than sect tea. You call this an invincible system? This is a prison system with better marketing. Fine. 10 meters it is. A shabby life still beats a stylish death. In this world where mortals are weeds. As long as I turtle inside this courtyard, I am basically a god. From today on, this white line is my life or death line. Even if the sky collapses outside, even if heavenly fairies dance out there, if I, Lu Changsheng, step half a foot past it, then I am a dog. Holy crap. What is happening? Did my cursed mouth get consecrated? Lu Rian looks like reality just slapped her. She seems trapped in heart demon backlash. That sword strike of hers goes completely out of control. Its power nearly reaches peak core formation. Yet she thinks I stop it without moving a finger. She assumes some protective aura does the work. In her eyes, my aura turns sword intent into spring breeze. And then, she notices I have not a trace of spiritual energy. Naturally, she calls it returning to simplicity. Formless Tao, apparently. My scam upgrades itself. Crap. That nearly scared my soul bald. When that beam came slicing over, I saw my whole life flash in low budget. Thank heaven I did not run past the white line. Invincible Domain, Eternal MVP. But who is this woman? Why is she vomiting blood at my courtyard gate? Is this a fraud case with extra crimson? Oh, it is my second junior sister. I ask why she is not cultivating in seclusion, and why she has come to my Qingyan peak. Rian calls me senior brother, barely holding herself together. She says her cultivation has gone wrong. Her sword heart is clouded. Her spiritual core is about to shatter. If she cannot break through soon, she may become crippled. That is above my pay grade. She says all of Tai Holy Land has only one unfathomable expert, me. Big misunderstanding. So she begs me to save her. Save her? I am immortal. With what vibes? Should I give her mouth-to-mouth cultivation? No, I need to stabilize her first. If she explodes outside, what if I get splashed with blood? I need to bring her into my invincible domain. Once she is on my turf, even the heavenly king has to coil politely. I tell her the wind is strong outside. Then I invite her in to talk. The moment she steps into the courtyard, her heart demon gets crushed flat. She wonders what level my cultivation has reached. In her mind, it must be terrifying. Maybe soul transformation, she guesses. No. Even Masterly Daoran, she thinks, could never bend heaven and earth like this. I tell her to sit. I ask what happened, wearing my fake expert face. Rian says she cultivates the supreme, emotionless sword Dao. She says it only moves forward. It would rather break than bend. Recently, she tried to condense her core. But her sword intent is too intense, too rigid, too easy to snap. Whenever she guides sword intent into her dantian, it feels like 10,000 swords pierce her heart. Her true chi flows backward. Her three-flower convergence collapses instantly, and her breakthrough chance gets chopped clean off. What is she talking about? What 3 flowers? What weapons? What rigid thing snapping? Is this cultivation or classical literature homework? In my past life, I was just a suffering office drone, and she throws all this at me? This is quantum-level cultivation theory. How am I supposed to answer that? She asks how she can break the deadlock. No, do not panic. As long as I do not speak, no one can see how empty I really am. As the ancients almost said, look mysterious enough, and others will write the whole essay themselves. Rian watches my movements and thinks they are slow. No, not slow, but free of every wasted motion. Oops. I zone out and pour too much water. My expert act has sprung a leak. Quick, patch the immortal dignity. I address her as junior sister. Then I say she is too obsessed with the sword. When something is too full, it overflows. When it is empty, it can contain more. I repeat the full overflows, empty contains line. Too much hardness breaks easily. Only by being like water in this cup, able to embrace all things, can one unleash power that cuts down everything. What is going on? Why is a tornado suddenly showing up? And why is she glowing? So this is the cultivation world? I only got distracted while pouring water, a little spilled over, and she upgrades on the spot. This woman's imagination is terrifyingly strong. Rian thanks me for teaching her the Tao. She says my supreme Tao rhythm enlightened her. Without it, she would have gone berserk today. She believes she would have died and vanished. She says my realm is so high that 10,000 years of staring upward would not reach it. I say if she can understand it, then it is her own fortune. I tell her to rise and stop kneeling at every breeze. Cultivators should have some backbone. Rian says she will remember my teaching. She seals it in her heart, like holy scripture. At last, I muddle through. Good thing I read hundreds of web novels. Acting profound, that is my unpaid specialty. Someone outside grumbles that ninth peak keeps getting worse. They sneer that our peak master is always absent. They say only a useless senior brother with no cultivation remains. And Lu Rian, who trains swordsmanship into foolishness. They call our peak trash. Charming neighbors. They ask why. We still receive 3 mid-grade spirit stones monthly. They reduce it to mere pocket change. They say feeding dogs would be better than giving it to us. Then they claim their holy son has spoken. Oh great. They say ninth peak's resources from now on will all be taken over by first peak. How neighborly. Today, they plan to march up here. They even call Lu Changxing a useless nobody and demand I spit out the spirit stones nicely. If I dare say even half a no, Wang Hu plans to break my legs. Charming. He wants me to understand clearly that inside Tai Holy Land, first peak is apparently the boss of breathing. Wang Hu yells for me to stop sweeping my broken yard. Then he tells me to roll out fast. He demands this month's spirit stones as tribute. To Grandpa Wang Hu, no less. Very humble. Rian snaps that these first peak disciples are outrageous. She says they dare call senior brother by name. She wants to cut out their tongues today. I quickly tell Rian to stand down. Rian obeys me at once. Thank heaven. She wonders what I mean by stopping her. Maybe, she thinks, these ants are unworthy of dirtying her sword. Of course, hidden immortals value karma most. She assumes I want to personally punish these reckless fools who cannot read a room. Big sister, please do not get excited. These guys are obviously here to stir trouble. If she draws her sword and makes this huge, first peak's elders will come knocking. Then my mortal with 0 combat power secret will be exposed down to the socks. Wang Hu bursts into loud, nasty laughter. He thinks I know my place. He says I know the price of offending first peak. Since I dare not let senior sister Lu act, he orders me to crawl out myself and hand over the spirit stones with both hands. As long as they do not enter the courtyard and do not cross this white line, I can be a turtle inside with excellent posture. What can they do to me? File a complaint? Wang Hu calls me an ungrateful, useless thing. He thinks hiding inside and playing deaf will save me, so he decides to tear down my poor courtyard. I shout for him to get out. His scream arrives first, with excellent volume. Rian thinks my words instantly become law, and that I turn the great Tao invisible. In her eyes, my broom sweep is not sweeping the ground at all. It is sweeping away karma and karmic sin. I use not even a thread of spiritual energy. Yet somehow, heaven and earth answer. Convenient broom. She wonders what terrifying realm I have reached. Sweet heavens, that scared me cold. Good thing I was clever enough to yell. This system is ridiculously powerful. But those unlucky guys did not get slapped dead, right? Forget it. Not my coffin, not my problem. Anyone who enters my courtyard gets slapped, Heavenly King included. I casually call Rian back to Earth. Then I tell her to find someone to fix the gate. Rian says she has learned from my divine might. Elsewhere, someone sneers at Xiaohua. They ask if he still thinks he is that genius from 3 years ago. His meridians are broken, they say. He cannot gather spiritual energy anymore. So they call him trash. Original insult, truly. Even his fiancée, they add, Nailin Yan of Yaoqi Holy Land, comes personally to cancel the engagement. They ask how he still has face to stay in Tai Holy Land. They tell the poor guy to get lost. First Peak laughs that it does not accept garbage. Xiaohua takes today's humiliation and swears to remember it. Classic hero fuel. He invokes the turn of fortune and warns them not to bully a poor youth. An elder snaps that a cripple dares talk big. He plans to cripple Xiaohua's legs today and make him crawl down the mountain. Then someone stammers, asking who it is. The elder panics over who dares attack him. Someone cries that it is senior brother Wang Hu. Wang Hu has been beaten useless. Every bone in him is shattered. Ouch by proxy. Someone says Peak Foundation establishment got blasted downhill. That kind of heaven-reaching method must belong to a hidden supreme expert. Xiaohua thinks since other peaks reject him, he will come to 9th Peak, even if he has to kneel to death here. He wants to fight for one slim chance. He senses no cultivation waves from me. Impossible, he thinks. How can someone who one-shots Wang Hu be mortal? Then he gets it. This must be the legendary return to simplicity. He decides this senior's cultivation has likely reached soul transformation. Generous review. Holy crap. Where did this bloody gourd roll in from? My courtyard does not even have a chicken, so I cannot afford medical fees. I ask why the junior is making such a racket. Xiaohua explains he was an outer disciple of Tai Holy Land. A remnant soul inside him devoured his spiritual energy, so his cultivation regressed, and he became useless, his words, not mine. Today, his fiancée broke the engagement in public. Then his fellow disciples humiliated him hard, so he begs this senior to take him in. He is willing to work like an ox or horse, if he can learn even half a move. Anything to wash away today's shame. Cultivation regressed. Engagement cancelled in public. Good grief, this is the legendary classic setup. The trash-to-hero broken engagement male lead. This kid is absolutely a child of destiny. People like him always turn disaster into fortune. If I keep him here chopping wood and cleaning, that is premium free labor. Heaven has coupons. I sigh about fortune changing after 30 years. East today, west tomorrow, very motivational. Fine. Meeting his fate, apparently. From this day on, he is 9th Peak's third junior brother. I let him come in. Xiaohua thanks me as senior brother. Then he thanks me for remaking his life. No pressure. He senses no spiritual chi, not even a trace of spiritual chi. Rumor says heaven-defying experts can turn their Taoist grounds into spiritless lands, using that to polish the path of returning to simplicity. So he thinks my realm is terrifying beyond words. Xiaohua calls me senior brother. He says though he has joined 9th Peak, his great hatred remains unpaid, so he begs me for a quick method. One that gives him strength to avenge himself fast. A quick method? I cannot even draw chi into my own body. What am I supposed to teach? Hammer magic. I ask if he sees that pile of firewood. Then I tell him to chop it. Chop wood, yes. I reuse my full overflows. Empty contains routine. I say his obsession is too deep, and his resentment is too heavy. If he cannot chop the simplest wood, how can he even talk about revenge? I tell him to go, and when he finishes chopping, then he may come ask me again. Apparently, that is 1,000-year blackwood. Hard as iron, after 1,000 years of attitude. Neither water nor fire can touch it. Even a core formation cultivator with a top flying sword might not leave a white scratch. Yet he sees me using it as ordinary firewood. Xiaohua decides I am right. This must be my test for him. If he cannot split this 1,000-year blackwood, how can Xiaohua talk about revenge? He grunts and swings. Very dramatic. Then he realizes the gap is far too huge. He is not a thread of spiritual power, with only his physical body. How can a mortal split 1,000-year blackwood? He wonders if he is truly useless through and through. Rian tells third junior brother he misunderstands me. She says I never meant mere rotten wood. In her eyes, everything I do secretly matches the heavenly Tao. Handy excuse. The blackwood represents the obstacles in his heart. The rusty axe is his broken mortal body. She says I am trying to tell him that with a clear Tao heart, even common iron can cut heaven's shackles. Is this kid missing a screw? He cannot even split a piece of wood. What am I using to cook dinner tonight? At this speed, I will be eating raw rice for dinner. I tell him to stop wasting effort. Xiaohua says he is too stupid. He thinks he has failed my expectations. He cannot even split one block of wood. I think it is just firewood. Is it that serious? I tell him to move aside and watch closely. I give a small snort. Is this lousy wood really that hard to split? This kid has clearly never done farm work. He does not even know how to use force. Fine, I will demonstrate personally. The faster it is chopped, the sooner dinner exists. Xiaohua stares, wondering how this is possible. Then he declares he finally understands. He thinks senior brother is showing him something profound. Xiaohua thinks this is the supreme path of sanctifying the body. Something about splitting heaven and forging all things. With only courage and a mortal body. Very sweaty poetry. He shouts for heaven-splitting speed to break through. One axe, heaven split. The Tao is simple, apparently. Rian thinks I guide third junior brother into grasping a lost ancient body art. She finds my ghostly methods terrifying. I find dinner delayed. Holy crap. What seizure-level inspiration hit this kid? How does chopping wood make clothes explode? Cultivators really do come with loose brain screws. Since he says he understands, I leave the rest of the firewood to him. I also remind him not to get proud. Xiaohua thanks me for remaking his life. He swears he would die 10,000 times for me. Elsewhere, the Holy Sun curses everyone as useless. He sent them to test Ninth Peak's truth. Yet Wang, who got beaten by a mortal with no cultivation, swept straight into a latrine. Elegant landing. The Holy Sun says First Peak's face is gone. Wang, who begs the Holy Sun to see clearly. He insists Lu Changsheng is definitely strange. I have no spiritual energy, sure. But inside my courtyard, he claims there must be a brilliant killing formation. The moment he stepped in, a terrifying law force locked onto him. He says he had no time to react. The Holy Sun scoffs at the idea of a killing formation. Ninth Peak is so poor it cannot issue spirit stones. So what formation could it possibly build? Still, he guesses I used some shady hidden treasure. Wang, who says there is one more thing. He saw senior sister Rian on Ninth Peak. Not only does she obey Lu Changsheng completely, she even looks at me with scary worship eyes. The Holy Sun thinks of cold, proud Lu Rian, the sword genius who barely looks at him. And somehow, she turns toward a useless man who cannot even draw chi. In his imagination, she practically throws herself at me. He declares she is the woman he has chosen. So how dare an ant like Lu Changsheng take her? He says my name like it tastes bitter. Since I refuse his polite wine, he decides to serve punishment wine with murder sauce. He summons Shadow 1 and Shadow 2. His subordinates answer and prepare to sneak into Ninth Peak tonight. The Holy Sun orders them To take the useless Lu Changxing's head. He wants it brought back complete. How thoughtful. He reminds them. To avoid the scrap metal in my courtyard. Then kill me in one clean strike. They assure the Holy Sun not to worry. Killing one mortal is no harder than crushing an ant, they say. One shadow says Ninth Peak Summit is ahead. The spiritual chi is so thin, even dogs avoid it. That useless Lu Changxing somehow serves as senior brother here. He calls it the biggest joke under heaven. The other warns him not to be careless. The Holy Sun said that although I have no cultivation, my courtyard may hide a strange killing formation. That outer disciple already stumbled here. His brother says he worries too much. A mortal who cannot even draw chi, cannot stir up any real storm. What killing formation could I arrange? Even if there is one, it is probably just tricks for low-level disciples. They are core formation cultivators. After all, crushing me should be easier than crushing an ant. They decide to finish it fast. Cut off my head, stuff it into a storage pouch, and report back to the Holy Sun. They remind each other not to make too much noise. If elders from other peaks are alerted, things will become troublesome. One says he has already checked. Forget a killing formation. There is not even a basic spirit gathering formation. He calls my place a village pigsty. Rude architecture review. Then he tells his brother to look at the ground. What is this supposed to be? A prison drawn on the ground? They wonder if Lu Changxing is stupid. Does he think drawing one line on the ground can block First Peak's assassination? They conclude the Holy Sun overestimated me. These fake mystic tricks only fool outer disciples who have seen nothing. Then they walk inside. Excellent life choice. I cough in my sleep. That peppercorn heat is way too aggressive. One assassin spots the target on the bed. No spiritual energy waves at all, and sleeping like a pig. Honestly, accurate. One takes the left, the other the right. They decide to finish me directly. I sneeze. They scream, asking what power this is. A short scream pops like a bad firework. In my dream, I order another extra spicy duck blood. Ah, the cultivation world's air is wonderful. Even my dreams feel ridiculously real. Wait, what is this stuff? Who dumped stove ash at my door? The greenery here looks decent, so why is the air quality so terrible? I leave the window slightly open one night, and this much black ash floats in. It is almost a tiny mountain now. Still, plant ash makes excellent potassium fertilizer, perfect for feeding the flowers. Waste not, want not. I really am a thrifty household genius. The system dings, a new day has arrived. The Invincible Domain expands by 1 fixed centimeter. The current radius is 10 meters and 7 centimeters. Sigh, 1 centimeter a day. How many monkey years must I turtle here before I can go downhill for music and fun? The cultivation world is too dangerous. People kill and rob at the drop of a sleeve. Only inside this circle am I actually safe. Anyone who steps past my white line, well, hee. Last night, an old man meditates and faintly catches a terrifying fluctuation of heavenly Tao law. That aura is tyrannical beyond reason, like divine thunder descending from the ninth heaven. Even his primordial spirit trembles a little. The aura points toward Qingyan Peak. Could it be Ninth Peak? That mortal senior brother Lu Changxing with no cultivation? Lately, Ninth Peak has been very eye-catching. First Lu Rian comprehends the like water sword intent. Then yesterday, in the sect trial, new trash Xiaohua shows off stunning brilliance. Both keep saying they received Lu Changxing's guidance. How can a mortal guide talents like that? The name Gu Changfeng rings a faint bell. The old man gives a cold snort. He never expects his name to reach the immortal world, much less trigger law power of that level. Maybe this kid hides a heaven-shaking secret. Or perhaps some demonic overlord has possessed him. This concerns Tai Holy Land's safety. So today, the old man must personally investigate. He wants to test Lu Changxing's true depth. I am so bored. There is not even a phone. No internet. No electricity in this cultivation world. This life is pure slow-cooked suffering. I can only play Gamoku to kill time. The old man detects no spiritual energy waves. Not only no spiritual energy. Even my blood, chi, and soul look totally mortal. He wonders how that can be possible. Am I really just useless with no cultivation? No, he thinks no disguise can be this perfect. Unless my realm is far above his. The supreme state of simplicity and unity with heaven. Since his eyes cannot find the clue, he decides to probe by force with divine sense. If I truly am mortal, he will restrain his power. But if I carry hidden motives, his divine sense can suppress me instantly. The domain's passive defense mechanism triggers. The old man is stunned. Impossible. What kind of power is that? No formation shifts. No treasure aura. Not even a trace of spiritual energy leaking out. He merely touches the edge of that space, and his 1,000-year divine sense is erased. Had he not retreated fast, even his soul would be shredded by supreme law power. Oh, come on. I was spacing out just now, and placed this white stone here with my left hand. That basically blocks the right-hand black stones from forming a clean 5-in-a-row path. I killed my own winning route. Genius. This Gamoka game is just me biting myself. Lovely. The old man hears me sigh. He wonders if I already noticed his little test. He thinks I am disappointed in his overconfidence. To him, this is not ordinary Gamoku. It is a lost supreme killing formation. The cosmic star array, no less. He imagines heaven and earth as my board, and the stars as my pieces. He thinks I am calculating the Tao's birth and death, and controlling reincarnation across worlds. Big promotion. A realm like this, he says, is beyond even him. Even legendary Mahayana or tribulation experts could never pull it off. I gasp. 5 in a row. Sudden death. I yelp twice, very heroically. Holy crap, who is this old man? Is he here to fake an injury? Why crawl to my courtyard gate? Wait, he is coughing blood, and that outfit. He looks like Grand Elder Gu Changfeng from Main Peak. Why is the Grand Elder not relaxing on Main Peak? Why visit my wilderness with bonus bleeding? He even stains the ground outside my yard. He starts calling me Changsheng, then panics. He corrects himself and calls me senior brother. He says he failed to recognize Mount Tai and admits he knew no height from depth. He actually dared disturb me, apparently, while I was deducing the supreme Tao, allegedly. He calls his sin monstrous, then begs me for forgiveness. My broom feels underqualified. Deducing the supreme Tao? I am playing Gamoku, old sir. Did his brain overheat? What even is this situation? I say the world is like a chessboard. One wrong step, and the whole board is lost. I ask whether the Grand Elder understands. He decides I am giving him a hint. No, a warning. If Tai takes one wrong step, it will become like those white stones, gone to dust in an instant. The old man says he understands. He thoroughly understands. I wish I did. He says my seclusion on Qingyan Peak is Tai Holy Land's eternal blessing. From now on, he is willing to serve me like a loyal attendant, with absolutely no second thoughts. This old man catches on fast. As long as he does not enter my yard, or discover my combat level is decorative. I tell him that is enough, and he may leave. I say I prefer peace and quiet. He says he will roll away at once, and never disturb my quiet cultivation again. Gu Changfeng passes down his decree. From this day forward, no one may step half a foot into 9th Peak. Anyone who disobeys loses their cultivation, and gets kicked out of the sect. Strict, but cozy. The Holy Sun protests to the Grand Elder. He says that Lu Changsheng of 9th Peak is just trash without spiritual energy. So why should I get such special treatment? Tomorrow is the sect trial. Must first Peak really give way to that turtle on the mountain? Gu Changfeng calls him a death-seeking brat. He says I use stars as pieces, and casually pinch the heavenly Tao itself. If he wants death, he should not drag Tai along. He snaps at Zhao Wuji for daring to resist orders. The old man's word is now the rule. During the sect trial, no one may target 9th Peak's disciples. Finally, legal protection. Zhao Wuji thinks the old man is bewitched by me, but he is not buying it. He calls for Wang Teng. Tomorrow, he wants ninth peak humiliated hard, especially my new trash disciple, Xiaohua. He wants him before the whole sect, unable to crawl up like a beaten dog. He wants to see how long Lu Chongqing can keep hiding on the mountain. Wang Teng tells the Holy Sun not to worry. A rejected engagement loser, he says, can be crushed with one hand. A smug little noise slips out. At the trial, someone spots Ninth Peak's pair. They ask where their useless senior brother is. Still hiding on the mountain and sweeping? Too scared to meet people? The laughter spreads. Very classy. Someone claims they heard. Ninth Peak cannot afford a decent artifact. They point at the newcomer. He is carrying a rusty woodcutting axe. More laughter erupts. Comedy, but cheap. They admit senior sister Lu is heavenly beautiful. Yet she insists on following a weakling like me. They tell Ninth Peak's dogs to roll up and die. Rian snaps when they insult me. Today, she plans to pull out his tongue. The other side spits at the title senior brother. If I dare come down the mountain, he says he will even give me 3 moves. Xiaohua tells senior sister that trash like this would only dirty her sword. He offers to handle this new entry nobody. The opponent mocks his wild confidence. He says he will cripple Xiaohua's limbs and make him crawl back to Ninth Peak like a maggot. Xiaohua remembers the Tao is simple. The greatest sound is almost silent. He thinks my heaven-splitting body art has no flashy spells. Only pure strength. Very axe-friendly. An elder shouts at the brat for daring. He accuses Xiaohua of using a vicious hand. Someone lets out a stunned little huff. Then the Holy Sun laughs. He laughs again, saying good, very good. What a Ninth Peak, he says. And what a Lu Chongqing. He says I hide on the mountain like a turtle, relying on 2 rookies to show off for me. Li Gang is frozen into an ice statue. Wang Teng is beaten useless. First Peak's face, he says, is lost by these useless people. His men beg the Holy Sun to calm down. They say Lu Rian and Xiaohua are too strange. And worse, they spoke outrageous words. He demands to know what they said. They claim those tiny tricks are not even 1/10,000th of mine. And they even said the Holy Sun is unworthy to carry Lu Chongqing's shoes. He laughs at being less than 1/10,000th of me. Now he wants to see how far this spiritless, useless senior brother has taken the fake mystic act. He orders his men gathered. They are heading with him to Ninth Peak. Today, Zhao Wuji will personally tear off my false mask and stomp me under his feet. Ambitious footwear. He calls for Lu Chongqing of Ninth Peak and orders me to roll out to meet him. He accuses me of letting my juniors attack viciously and harm fellow disciples. Today, as First Peak's Holy Sun, he delivers a challenge letter to me. Crap, First Peak's Mad Dog found my door. Do cultivators not need sleep? Why is everyone so angry? Going downhill is impossible. Absolutely impossible in this lifetime. Outside this line, I cannot even beat a wild dog below. What? Go down and become his punching bag. I tell Xiao Zhao he is too noisy. A scream answers me. Then more screams. My words have volume now. Zhao Wuji wonders what technique this is. A Buddhist lion's roar? No, inside that voice, there is absolute pressure from heaven and earth. I do not even show my face. One sentence breaks his protective true chi. He wonders what realm I am in. Impossible, he thinks. Absolutely impossible. He is at peak core formation, the strongest of Tai's younger generation. And Lu Changxing is clearly trash without even spiritual qi. So how is this possible? How can one sentence break his protective qi? What cultivation am I hiding? He stammers when Elder Ming appears. Elder Ming calls him useless, a grand first peak holy son, the future ruler of Tai Dao sect. Yet one sentence scared his Dao heart apart. He asks where Zhao's usual arrogance went. Zhao says he is not incompetent. It is Lu Changxing, who is far too strange. That sound wave just now was definitely above soul transformation power. He says I am pretending to be weak. If only. Elder Ming chuckles darkly. He calls Zhao foolish and tells him to think. If I were truly a soul transformation expert, why would I refuse to come downhill and fight? Elder Ming asks why I would hide in that shabby courtyard. He says I only dare bluff with cheap tricks. Zhao Wuji asks what he means. Elder Ming says he saw everything clearly from the shadows. There is not half a ripple of spiritual energy on me. So that sound wave I released must have borrowed power from Ninth Peak's past masters. Maybe some ancient mountain protection formation. Or some rare one-use artifact doing overtime, relying on outside objects. He says, is still crooked path nonsense. I guard that courtyard so tightly, and dare not take one step out. Because once I leave the formation range, I am just a mortal ant waiting to be sliced. Today, Elder Ming will act personally. He plans to poke through my paper tiger disguise and restore the Holy Sun's dignity. Very heroic paperwork. Zhao Wuji thanks Elder Ming. He begs Elder Ming to suppress me. He wants me kneeling at his feet, licking shoes. Elder Ming tells him to watch closely. Below nascent soul, everyone is an ant. He says he need not even move. With nascent soul pressure alone, he can shatter my Dao heart from afar and turn me into a complete idiot. Rude forecast. Mother of mercy. Is this not a bit too dramatic? I only shouted once, casually. Why does outside feel like a nuke just popped? My sins, my sins. I really did not mean to kill anyone. They insisted on yelling outside my door. The cultivation world is way too dangerous. Everyone starts fighting and killing at snack speed. My little courtyard is still the safest. As long as I do not go out, even the Heavenly King can only glare at me. The weather is nice today. Perfect for a dignified afternoon nap. Elder Ming calls me arrogant beyond belief. Faced with his arrival, I do not even lift an eyelid. I just keep fanning myself like a lazy landlord. He calls me an ignorant junior and says death is near, but I do not know it. He asks if hiding in my turtle shell formation means he cannot do anything to me. I hum in sleepy annoyance. Does this cultivation world have no city inspectors? Flying over someone's roof at noon, buzzing and shouting all over the place. Like an oversized green bottle fly. Can a man not nap anymore? Elder Ming roars that I am wildly arrogant. Death is already at my door, yet I still pose in front of him. He asks if I think he dares not kill me. Fine, he says, if I must seek death, he will grant it today. Apparently, I brought this on myself. News to me. The mountain breeze is actually cool. The sky seemed to darken just now. Maybe a quick shower is coming. I should hurry and sleep. Rainy days are made for naps. Elder Ming cannot believe it. His netherworld extinction seal can flatten a peak. So why did it vanish into thin air? Not even a trace of spiritual energy remains. He wonders what evil formation this is. An illusion, surely some high-level illusion formation. A grand nascent soul cultivator like him will not be scared off by mere tricks. Since ranged spells are useless, he decides to charge in with his body. As long as he reaches the formation core, he will take my old life. Charming plan. He calls me a fake mystic ant and dives in to kill me. Holy crap, falling object from above. Is he trying to smash me flat? No, seriously. I even shouted through a loudspeaker. I told him not to come in. Why is this old man so stubborn? He just has to rush in and fake an accident. I used the big loudspeaker, too. I told him not to enter. Does this old man not understand human speech? And now look, he smashed a huge pit into my courtyard. Can he even afford to pay for that? Elder Ming feels that power He realizes it is no formation at all. It is pure great Tao law. Words become law. Everything under heaven is suppressed. He realizes I am no mortal trash. Maybe I am Mahayana stage. No. This pressure feels like tribulation stage. He thinks I am an ancient monster. One who has been pretending to be weak all along. Zhao's men hear the earth-shaking noise. They assume Elder Ming used a supreme divine art and demolished my broken courtyard. Zhao snorts at a useless man with no cultivation. How dare I play ghost in front of him? Elder Ming is a mid-nascent soul expert. Killing Lu Changsheng should be easier than crushing an ant. His lackeys congratulate the Holy Sun, then congratulate him again, as lackeys do. Once Lu Changsheng dies, Ninth Peak's blessed land will be theirs. And cold, proud Lu Ruyan will supposedly fall into the Holy Sun's pocket. Zhao laughs and orders them to move. He is going uphill to collect my corpse. He wants to cut off Lu Changsheng's head and hang it at Tai's Sacred Hall's gate, so the whole sect sees the price of offending Zhao. Elder Ming feels I have humiliated him too much. Even if his soul scatters, he still wants to bite off a piece of me. He decides to detonate his nascent soul and drag everything within 100 li down with me. He wants to perish together with Lu Changsheng. Holy crap, fake injury is one thing. But he brought a bomb package too? What is that awful noise? It sounds like nails scraping a bowl, so noisy I can feel my brain wrinkle. I tell him to roll outside if he wants to explode, and not dirty my floor. I let out a startled yelp. These days, every kind of lunatic exists. Early morning, practicing toad skills in someone's yard. What terrible luck. A lackey tells the Holy Sun to look. Something is falling from the sky. Zhao orders Jia San to catch the corpse. Jia San accepts the order. He tells the Holy Sun to watch him shine. Zhao curses the useless fool for missing even a corpse. Elder Ming stammers that this is impossible. Absolutely impossible. He tells the Holy Sun, I am not human. I am a monster, apparently. Great branding. His nascent soul is shattered. Shattered clean. That sounds expensive. Elder Ming is a proper mid-nascent soul powerhouse. Even across the eastern wasteland, he ranks among the strong. So how is this possible? He goes to the summit once, for less than an incense stick's time, and comes back a cultivation-free waste. Lu Changsheng, that useless man with no spiritual energy, must have used some demonic trick. Zhao snarls my name. He says I dared ruin his protector. Now he wants to tear me into pieces. Still, this invincible domain is handy. Nascent soul old monster or not. Once he enters my turf, a dragon has to coil. A tiger has to lie down. As long as I guard this white line, I am the true god of Tianyuan continent. Rian asks if Xiaohua saw it clearly. That kick from senior brother looked plain and ordinary. Not even a trace of spiritual energy appeared. Yet it sealed heaven and earth's qi, and held the supreme Tao that destroys all arts. Xiaohua agrees with senior sister. He faintly sees in that kick the prototype of splitting heaven and earth. He thinks I teach him, through action, the highest realm of body cultivation, where one force defeats 10,000 tricks, and all arts can be broken. They say senior brother is truly painstaking. I clearly possess power to crush everything, yet willingly chop wood and sweep this broken yard. What a detached heart, they sigh. If only. I nod like this is serious business. Painstaking my foot. I was only afraid that old man would self-destruct and dirty my freshly swept courtyard, okay? These two imagination monsters should write storybooks. Not doing it is wasting rare talent. Zhao Wuji curses me as a despicable villain. He claims I used some poisonous formation against Elder Ming. Even if Zhao must risk his life, he wants to tear off my false mask. Why is another head delivery volunteer here? Did I not shout through a loudspeaker earlier? I dare him to come in if he has guts. Barking outside like a wild dog proves nothing. Zhao Wuji bursts into loud laughter. He thinks I believe he would not dare. The laughter keeps going. Very villain, very noisy. He activates First Peak's forbidden blood fiend soul-burning art. Rian warns me to be careful. She says he is burning lifespan with forbidden arts. His aura is now close to nascent soul stage. She begs me to dodge. Sweet, but impossible. Someone shouts for him not to hurt me. I am just a slightly bigger punching bag, honestly. But this guy's screaming is truly awful. It makes my brain ache. Zhao Wuji panics, asking what power this is. Then he screams no. He howls that his Dantian is ruined. His cultivation shatters along with his arrogance. He realizes he has become useless. Ouch. What a pity. That peanut was cooked perfectly today. Crispy outside, tender inside, salted just right. And I wasted it on this fool. Xiaohua calls to senior sister. He asked if he saw that correctly. Senior brother, meaning me, disabled a half-step nascent soul with 1 peanut. Rian says that was no ordinary peanut. She tells Xiaohua his realm is too low. He cannot see the horror of my strike. That flick of my finger secretly matched the movement of the heavenly Tao. On that peanut, she clearly sees supreme destructive sword intent. She says I have already reached the legendary realm where all things become swords. Forget a peanut. Even a blade of grass could slash apart sun, moon, and stars in my hand. Xiaohua says he understands. He thinks I used the chance to enlighten him. I am telling him. The peak of body cultivation needs no flashy spells. Just compress physical power to the limit. Even a finger flick can unleash world-ending might. Peanut included. Xiaohua says he will remember my teaching. He carves it into his heart. Poor heart. Seriously, are these two okay? That was just a plain salted peanut. Where did destructive sword intent come from? Where did peak body cultivation come from? With imagination like theirs, not telling fortunes under a bridge is a waste. I say all arts are empty. Only the heart remains unmoved. If they can find their Tao in this strike, then it was not wasted by me. Well, except for that peanut. They thank me for my guidance. Someone trembles at Ninth Peak's senior brother. They call me a hidden immortal demon. They beg senior brother for mercy. One says he has an 80-year-old mother and hungry spirit pets at home. He begs me to release them like bad air. I tell them enough, enough. Stop wailing like a funeral troupe. It makes my brain hurt. I tell them to take their useless holy son and that half-dead protector thing and leave Ninth Peak immediately. If they dare dirty my yard again, it will not stop at 1 peanut. They thank me for sparing their lives. They thank senior brother again loudly. At last, I bluff these cultivators away. Why is everyone here so jumpy? Still, this invincible domain is truly useful. As long as I stay inside this white line, I am invincible. Stay steady. Never go downhill, even if beaten. A disciple rushes to the Holy Lord and elders. He says first peak. First peak is finished. The elders scold his panicked entrance. They ask what kind of behavior this is. They tell him to speak slowly. Maybe demonic fiends attacked the sect? He says it is not the demonic path. It is Lu Changsheng of Ninth Peak. Apparently, I have gone mad. He says I shattered Elder Yun's nascent soul with 1 kick, and then used a hidden weapon to pierce the Holy Sun's Dantian. The Holy Sun is ruined. An elder calls it complete nonsense. Lu Changsheng is just a mortal without cultivation. I only sit as senior brother. Because of that old scoundrel Li Daren's reputation, how could I ruin nascent soul Elder Yun? Whatever demonic trick I used, crippling a fellow sect Holy Sun, counts as treason worthy of death. They decide some ancient evil must possess me, and that I am trying to overturn Tai Holy Land. The Holy Lord speaks my name coldly. He says he spared Ninth Peak for being a single line, so he always looked the other way. He never expected me to hide so deeply. Then he issues his decree. Seal off Ninth Peak and gather all inner elders. He will personally go to Qingyan Peak. He wants to see how many guts Lu Changsheng has. Apparently, I have several hidden spare guts. Enough to rebel inside Tai Holy Land. If I truly entered the demonic path, he will clean house today and erase my soul completely. The elders obey and vow to defend the Holy Land. Life in this cultivation world is painfully boring. No phone, no Wi-Fi. Every day is sweeping or drinking tea. After stretching my limbs earlier, I am actually a little hungry. I greet the little creature. It must be hungry too. Meeting is fate, after all, so I offer it something good. My exclusive salted peanuts. You cannot even buy these outside. Someone outside roars at me, Lu Changsheng, and orders me to come out and die. A disciple points out the peanut in my hand. It has no spiritual energy waves, yet it faintly releases Tao rhythm that makes heavenly law submit. First Peak's holy son's dantian was pierced by just such a divine object. Such return to simplicity, such contempt for all living things. No wonder a nascent soul expert like Elder Yun could not last one move before me. They wonder what realm I have reached. Soul transformation, void refinement, or even Mahayana. They respectfully greet Ninth Peak's senior brother. Crap, I beat the small ones. And now the old ones come, Holy Lord included. Is this line up here to grind my bones to dust? No, stay steady. I absolutely cannot expose myself. As long as I do not leave this white line, even the Heavenly King must kneel. I ask what brings them here. The Holy Lord says he has come to understand the matter of First Peak's Holy Son. Even if the Holy Son was wrong first, he is still Tai Holy Land's Holy Son, and concerns the sect's reputation. I ask what the Holy Lord means. He quickly says he would not dare accuse me. Reputation, my foot. He brought a nascent soul-old club, blocked my door, and tried to kill me. Without this invincible domain, I would already be meat paste. Now they come asking questions. I say I meant nothing special. He was standing too high, and blocking my sunlight. They repeat, blocking sunlight, just because of that. I crippled a holy son and a nascent soul elder? Even they think that sounds ridiculous. Block the sunlight. No, the Holy Lord thinks, a hidden immortal like me would never rage over mere natural light. This sunlight must mean Tai Holy Land's fortune, the light of the righteous path itself. He asks the Grand Elder whether First Peak lately has grown more arrogant and overbearing, maybe even contacting unknown forces in secret. The Grand Elder praises the Holy Lord's insight. The old man admits he recently found some First Peak properties seem linked to demonic rogue cultivators. But because of the Holy Son's status, he never dared speak up. The Holy Lord finally understands. Changxing was hinting all along that First Peak colluded with outside enemies and blocked Tai Holy Land's righteous light. They praise senior brother's far-sighted vision. So I was not bullying the weak, but enforcing heaven's justice. News to me. They think I am cleaning house for Tai Holy Land. The Holy Lord decrees that First Peak's Holy Son colluded with enemies. His virtue no longer matches his seat, so his Holy Son title is stripped immediately. He is thrown into the ice purgatory and permanently blacklisted. Very corporate. All elders involved with First Peak are to be interrogated strictly. Wait, I only made up one casual excuse. These old men turned it into a full spy drama. The Holy Lord addresses me as senior brother. Since the former Holy Son is ruined, Tai Holy Land cannot go a day without one. He and the elders have decided together to make me the new Holy Son of Tai Holy Land. I would lead the younger generation and intimidate the Eastern Wasteland. Then he asks what I think. I think danger. Being Holy Son means meetings on Main Peak, right? And downhill training trips, right? The moment I leave, this white line becomes useless decoration. Am I supposed to deliver myself to death? Absolutely not. I say Holy Son is only an empty title. I will not take it. Senior brother is stressful enough. The Holy Lord insists it is no empty title. The Holy Son is the future heir of the Holy Land. He enjoys over 60% of cultivation resources and can command 100,000 inner disciples. At the ceremony on Main Peak, 10,000 sects would come to pay respects. Such glory, he says. Such trouble, I hear. I make a thoughtful sound. What do I do now? I cannot say I become trash outside the line. I need a grand excuse to bluff them. Got it. Cultivation novels love karma and worldly sin. I sigh like an ancient sage on discount. I say this mortal world is heavy with karmic sin. If I step even half a foot outside, the karma of heaven and earth will be stirred. Can they bear that burden? The Holy Lord repeats the phrase, worldly karmic sin. Half a step can move heaven and earth's karma. He says he understands completely. My realm has long surpassed mortal understanding. I have reached the legendary state where words become law, and karma itself deepens around me. Apparently. No wonder, he says. No wonder I draw a prison on the ground, never leaving the front gate, never stepping beyond the inner gate. I am not merely clinging to survival. Instead, with my strength alone, I suppress the terror under Qingyun Peak, and even the karmic sin of all Tai Holy Land. They praise senior brother's great righteousness. The old man calls himself dull. He dared bind me with worldly ceremony. He says he deserves death. Please do not. He says he is guilty. They think I protect the sect by staying in this shabby little courtyard, enduring endless loneliness, carrying the karma of heaven and earth. While they misunderstood me as antisocial, they call themselves unworthy sons. Quite dramatic. Seriously, these old fellows. Did cultivation damage their brains? They believe whatever nonsense I say. Still, this works out nicely. At least I bluff away the downhill problem. I say ignorance is no sin. They may go back for now, and not disturb this peaceful place. The Holy Lord says that will not do. I may treat fame and profit like clouds, but Tai Holy Land cannot chill a hero's heart. The elders gasp at the sect's highest token, the Tai token itself. Since I cannot go downhill and touch karmic sin, they can skip the grand ceremony. But the Holy Sun position must belong to me. The Holy Lord presents the Tai token. Seeing the token is like seeing him. Its holder may freely mobilize the sect's forbidden gold pavilion. All cultivation manuals and treasure vaults. All resources too. My ears perk up. Even life, death, promotion, and dismissal authority. All of it stays in this little courtyard. He begs me to accept it. Oh ho, no doors, no meetings. And I can freeload the whole sect's resources. A deal this good should not be left outside. Whatever delicacies I want later, I can order delivery with this plaque. Since they insist so much, I tell them this plaque can stay with me for safekeeping a few days. They thank the Holy Sun for granting permission. Then they prepare to withdraw. They promise not to disturb my quiet cultivation again. They say I suppress heaven and earth's karmic sin, and call me truly great. My tea almost chokes. Xiaohua vows to make heaven and earth tremble. He swears here and now to become the strongest warrior on this continent. This purple gold plaque has a nice weight. I wonder if it works for cracking walnuts. Worthy of premium goods. Much handier than my old broken brick. Xiaohua gasps that this is the Tai token. It contains the Holy Land's power, a supreme artifact linked to the Founder's Tao. And I use it to crack walnuts. Xiaohua says he has learned again. To ordinary people, the Holy Land token is untouchable. But in my eyes, it is no different from a mortal brick. Such return to simplicity. Such contempt for power and status. He says he cannot even see my dust trail. I really just think it cracks walnuts more smoothly. This kid, what chaotic reading exercises fill his brain? His comprehension is legally dangerous. I say if he understands this layer, my painstaking effort was not wasted. Then I send him back to chopping wood and remind him not to get proud. A disciple reports Yaoqi Holy Land has sent people. The Holy Lord gives a cold snort. At the last grand competition, everyone saw Yaoqi Holy Land's grand display. They stole all the spotlight. This time, it is Tai's turn. Yaoqi's words keep hinting that Tai Holy Land is fading, unable to show anything impressive. This grand competition concerns Tai Holy Land's reputation and the reshuffling of Eastern Wasteland powers. Resource distribution is on the line too, so they must host it, and host it with mountain-swallowing grandeur. Enough to intimidate every hero. An elder suggests opening Main Peak's grand array and expanding the grounds tenfold. To make it the competition venue, that would show Tai's foundation. The Taiji creation array is certainly grand, but compared with Yaoqi's 9 heaven floating islands, it still lacks a little wow. Besides, Tai now has an absolute trump card that can crush the continent. As long as he is here, forget Yaoqi Holy Land. Even all Eastern sects combined would have to lower their heads. The elders ask if he means the one on 9th Peak. The Holy Lord gives a knowing hum. The Holy Lord of Tai arrives. He requests an audience with the Holy Sun, meaning me. Why is this old man here again? Did he not just shove the Tai token at me? What new circus is he planning? Please do not ask me to go downhill for meetings. I ask what has him so flustered. He reports respectfully to the Holy Sun. The once-in-a-century Eastern Wasteland Holy Land competition is about to begin. Dozens of top holy lands across the continent, and hundreds of hidden clans, will gather at Tai Holy Land by the millions. Millions of cultivators? How many nascent soul and soul transformation old monsters is that? If any one of them dislikes me and throws an AoE outside my yard, this mortal body of mine will not even leave ashes. He says this competition will be unprecedented. It concerns Tai's 1,000-year dignity. So he comes to ask the Holy Sun, where should the venue be set, and how should the process be arranged? He asked me to make it clear. Lovely. They can fight wherever they like, as long as they do not drag me in. Why ask me about tiny nonsense like this? So what if there are millions? I am very busy surviving. The Holy Lord tries to object. I cut off the whole competition objection. I do not care if they are holy lands or noble clans. If they want to compete or meet me, I tell them to come find me themselves. They should not expect me to move half a step. I sigh, very busy doing nothing. Someone calls out to the Holy Lord of Tai. Yaoqi mocks Tai for lacking spirit stones. They say Tai could borrow pills from Yaoqi. A once-in-a-century Eastern grand event is being held in this barren mountain wilderness. They ask if Tai means to insult every hero. Laughter breaks out, because courtesy has died. They say there is no decent guest-welcoming array. Not even a thread of immortal air. They jab at Tai Holy Land. Maybe its fortune is truly exhausted. The Holy Lord scolds them for not understanding simplicity. Holding the competition on 9th peak is supposedly my decree as Holy Son and Senior Brother. He says all cultivators must personally come to me. Only that shows proper sincerity. Bathing in my Tao afterglow here. Is there 8 lifetime fortune? News to me. Yaoqi laughs at the Holy Lord of Tai. They ask if he has lost his mind. A turtle who does not dare show his face has been praised into some hidden supreme expert. They scoff at bathing in my afterglow. To them, it is the biggest joke under heaven. They call it all fake mystery. They want to see how this so-called Tai #1 genius can keep hiding. These effects, this huge scene, millions of people. This is basically Cultivation World's spring festival gala. Those old men and women flying in the sky all have terrifying auras. One casual breath could flatten this peak. Luckily, I am clever. I absolutely refuse to go downhill. As long as I stay inside this white line. Even the Heavenly King must coil politely. Rian says the ants below speak wildly. They insult my mighty name. She wonders how I remain so calm. I say summer insects cannot discuss ice. If a dog bites you, do you bite it back? Just watch the show and eat melon seeds. Priorities. Rian repeats that summer insects cannot discuss ice. She finds my realm terrifying. In her mind, I mean, those famous holy lords and ancestors are only short-lived summer bugs to me. Unworthy of stirring even one ripple in my heart. She calls it supreme emotionless serenity. Xiaohu praises my mercy. He says I refuse to fuss with mortals, but he cannot swallow this anger. If I give one command, he will go downhill right now and smash their dog heads with my body art. Hey, 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 do not get excited. Neither of them is allowed to go. This line right here. If they dare cross it by half a step, I will make them regret the whole menu. Why is that guy still not leaving? Did he discover I am pretending? If I get exposed, how am I supposed to survive here? I am doomed. Did he really notice? My tiny heart cannot handle this. Xiaohu thinks I fear they will suffer downhill. That I would rather bear the insults myself than let them leave my protection. He says he understands. What does he understand? He just understands, apparently. Fine. I tell him to keep holding the mirror. Switch angles. I want to see that Yaoqi Saintus. Laughter rolls up from below again. They mock the Holy Lord of Tai. Was 9th Peak's senior brother not praised all the way to heaven? Did they not say one finger crushes nascent soul? Then they tell him to make me roll down. Someone warns them not to insult senior brother. They say I simply disdain fighting him. He sneers that I am just scared witless. Maybe hiding in the latrine, afraid to come out. He curses this so-called holy son. In his eyes, I am a fame-stealing fraud. If I have skill, I should take one slash from him. More laughter. My blood pressure also participates. Gu Qingqing calls them clowns shouting here. Since Tai Holy Land has no one, the competition prize will be accepted by Yaoqi with a smile. Some brute asks what that woman thinks she is. How dare she steal his spotlight? Then he lunges to kill her. Gu Qingqing only gives a light hum. She calls him noisy. The crowd realizes she is soul transformation. The Yaoqi Saintus is not even 20, yet she has already broken through to soul transformation. That talent is called once in eternity. Tai Holy Land is in deep trouble now. Zhang Xian, Tai's true eldest disciple, stands at peak nascent soul. He asks the Yaoqi Saintus for instruction. She says he is too weak. Better if they all attack together. So they do not waste her time. Zhang Xian calls her arrogant and launches Tai Shintian's sword. I make a small observing noise. Rian says Tai is being humiliated. And 9th Peak, as the head of Tai's disciples, cannot just sit by. Rian wants to go downhill and face Gu Qingqing. Even if she is smashed to dust, she will defend my name and Tai's dignity. If she gets beaten to death, who will sweep my yard and wash clothes? No, I have to stop her. I call soul transformation nothing special. Just a child who has learned to walk. If she goes, she lowers her own status. But Rian still hesitates. Gu Qingcheng is being so arrogant. If nobody steps forward, how will the world view? Ninth peak. Rian knows the realm gap. But her sword would rather break than bend. I am losing my mind inside. What do I do? How do I make them think I am powerful, while also solving this mess? Fine, maybe let her suffer a little. The Holy Lord is watching below anyway. No one should die, probably. I say if she insists on going, then go, and remember my sword teaching. A sword fight is not about cultivation. It is about the heart. She must not lose that cup of tea in sight. Rian thinks I am guiding her with a dead branch. It looks ordinary, yet contains withered wood meeting spring, and the supreme Tao of life and death. She thinks I am telling her that like water sword intent, becomes stronger against strength, and ignores the shackles of realm. Rian thanks me for the treasure. She swears not to fail her mission. Treasure? I just snapped off a random firewood stick. What nonsense did this girl imagine now? Gu Qingqing sees her enter with a broken branch, and asks if she came to be funny. Rian says anyone insulting senior brother dies. Gu Qingqing calls that quite the tone. She wants to see how Rian will kill her. She unleashes Yaoqi Immortal Sound Slash. Rian answers with like water sword intent. The crowd gasps at that profound sword intent. It uses softness to overcome hardness, crossing an entire major realm. It dissolves a soul transformation attack. When did Rian grasp such Tao law? Gu Qingqing says this is impossible. Rian is just an ant entering nascent soul. How can she break a soul transformation killing move? She demands to know what Rian holds. An extreme emperor weapon? An extreme emperor weapon, she repeats. Rian says Gu Qingqing's vision is too narrow. Before she left, senior brother casually snapped this firewood stick from the yard. My realm is not something mortals like her can see through. A branch casually snapped off can bridge the gap of a whole major realm. Gu Qingqing thinks I dare humiliate her like this. As if sending a junior with a broken branch can dismiss the Yaoqi Sanctus. She tells Lu Changsheng to stop playing mysterious and roll down if I have guts. She wants a fair fight with her. Hiding behind a woman does not suit a righteous leader, she says. Laughter erupts again. Nope. This woman is clearly fired up. I absolutely cannot leave this courtyard. As long as I stay inside this white line, even the heavenly king must coil for me. I need a way to scold her away. At least she cannot see my empty toolbox. I say I am busy and have no time. Rian calls this senior brother's grand vision. A mere soul transformation cultivator does not deserve even one glance from me. Yaoqi explodes, calling me outrageously arrogant. Their Sanctus is the East's top prodigy. So what is Lu Changsheng? They ask. How dare I look down on Yaoqi's foundation? Gu Qingcheng says I bully too far. Since I refuse to come down, she will personally come up and flatten my ninth peak. Wonderful. Rian warns Gu Qingcheng not to offend me. She says that is asking for death. Someone notices Qingcheng using a Yaoqi secret art. This strike is nearing void refinement power. They say my cultivation may be heaven high, but I look completely unguarded. Qingcheng wants her sword to teach me humility. Crap. Why is this woman ignoring the script? I already said I have no time, and she still charges straight up. That speed, those effects. Is she trying to take me down with her? Crap. This madwoman really skipped the usual routine. I told her I was busy, yet she still forces her way up. That speed, that spectacle. Is this a soul transformation suicide attack? If it lands outside the courtyard, just the shockwave could powder my mortal skeleton. I tuck every sleeve corner safely inside the domain. System, you had better not cheat me. You promised absolute invincibility inside the domain. Three-dimensional space counts too, right? If she drops vertically from the sky, you had better catch her. I have not even married yet. I do not want to die. Qingqing calls me a turtle. She says a few mysterious words cannot fool the world. Today, she will tear off my disguise. With her Yaoqi immortal sword, she will cut me and my yard to dust. That is the price for slighting her. Rian warns me to be careful. That madwoman has burned her essence blood. She is risking her life. Yaoqi boasts that Qingqing's sword is called Heavenly River Dao Cut. It is Yaoqi's highest secret art. Once unleashed, it leaves no room behind. Forget Lu Changsheng, even a void refinement expert, who takes this sword head-on, must avoid its edge. They address the Holy Lord of Tai, saying his heaven-praised senior brother will likely die today. Such is the end of arrogance, they say. The crowd wonders why I do not draw a sword. I do not even summon a defensive treasure. Is this true confidence of the strong? How will I dissolve this world-ending strike? Rian calls out to senior brother. She trusts I must have some deep meaning. Qingqing shouts my name and comes at me with her sword. Suddenly, she feels her spiritual power vanish. Her Yaoqi's secret art is gone too. She cannot understand where it all went. Then she screams for help. A tiny scream drops with her. Everyone gasps, asking how this is possible. Yaoqi asks where their Qingsheng went. Their great big saintess. That soul transformation genius with Heavenly River Dao Cut suddenly falls out of the sky. They wonder if this is an illusion. The crowd cries to the heavens. They ask if anyone saw it clearly. Senior brother never touches her. I do not even blink. Just by standing there, with an invisible aura spreading out, I strip the Yaoqi saintess of all cultivation. Words become law, they think. No, beyond law itself. Where I stand is an absolute forbidden zone. Even heaven and earth's spiritual chi does not dare flow above my yard. This is the true supreme Tao, not bound by things, untouched by all arts. Qingqing trembles. She realizes she lost face before the whole world. She says this cannot be real. She is Yaoqi's #1 genius, the future empress of the Eastern Wasteland. How can she be so pathetic? Before a mortal with no spiritual chi? So embarrassingly pathetic. She decides this must be a vile illusion array. Then she vows to tear Lu Changxing apart. What cursed nonsense is this? Why did this madwoman suddenly fall down? She smashes a huge pit into the ground. Nearly scares me out of my skin. What was she shouting just now? That she wants to tear me apart? Thank goodness I drew this white line. As long as I am inside the courtyard. Even the Heavenly King is just a junior brother. The weather is getting dry. If I do not water soon, the flowers will die of thirst. Young people always have too much fire. They never learn that a calm heart stays cool. Someone mourns the autumn water traceless sword. A Yaoqi treasure passed down for 3,000 years. One drop of water. One drop of ordinary water. How can it crush a supreme command sword? The Tai side snaps at the old Yaoqi woman. They say she understands nothing. This is great Tao law. A supreme realm above heaven and earth. Senior brother never even attacks. He is simply watering flowers. A single accidental splash while watering is enough to suppress their proud saintess. Qingqing cannot believe it. One drop of mortal water seals her soul and suppresses her soul transformation cultivation. Words become law. Even heavenly Tao rules are ignored. This is no hidden expert. This is the legendary long-lost existence, who can suppress an entire era. A supreme emperor crossing eternity. He hides in this barren mountain, disguised as a mortal. He must be using heaven and earth as his board to play a shocking grand game. And she dared challenge a living emperor. Oh my poor nerves. Why is this woman still lying there? My hand only shook for a second. It splashed one drop of water. Is she trying to fake an injury? She is Yaoqi Holy Land Saintess. If she really dies in my yard, Yaoqi's madwomen will block my white line daily, screaming insults from outside. My invincible domain is only this big. How am I supposed to live like that? I need to get her out fast. I ask what else she has to say. Qingcheng begs the senior to calm his anger. She admits she was blind and offended my heavenly majesty. She says even death would not be too much. But heaven and earth can witness her Tao heart. Today, after seeing my supreme, true form, she realizes her past cultivation was frog-in-a-well stuff. Qingqing will abandon the Yaoqi saintess position and cut off all past karma. She only begs for mercy. and asks me to accept her as a disciple. She will serve like an ox or horse by my side, just to glimpse one thread of the supreme Tao. Take a disciple? What international joke is this? I am a mortal, not even chi refining. How do I teach a soul transformation expert? Xiaohua chops wood all day, and Lu Rian stares at water vats. Those two imagination monsters already terrify me. Add a saintess staring at me every day, and my secrets will be peeled to the floor. Absolutely not. I say ninth peak's threshold is not something anyone can cross. I do not lack disciples. Qingqing accepts that she is nothing special. A mere soul transformation ant cannot be an emperor's disciple. She thinks she is fated to fall here today. Still, this girl is pretty charming, and she broke 2 floor tiles in my yard. If I cannot take her as a disciple, maybe I can get free labor. Then sweeping and wiping tables later, and laundry will all have someone assigned. My courtyard is honestly pretty large, and I do need a maid for cleaning tables and sweeping. I tell her if she is willing, she can stay. If not, the gate is right there. She can go back where she came from. Qingqing thinks the emperor refuses her as a disciple, but grants her a rag instead, and lets her become a maid. Promotion? Maybe. She decides I saw through her restless nature and her overly proud heart. To her, this is no rag. It is clearly something the emperor grants her, a tool to temper her heart in the mortal world. She thinks I am enlightening her. If she can wipe dust from her heart and clean the filth from her soul, she will surely reach the great Tao. Qingqing agrees and thanks me for the treasure. She thanks her master for remaking her life. She vows to wipe the stone table every day and sweep away the karmic sin in her heart. She swears not to waste my painstaking effort. I ask if she is insane. It is just one shabby rag. Forget it. I send her to wash the kitchen bowls. Rian asks third junior brother if he saw that. Senior brother barely lifts a finger, with only 1 drop of water and 1 rag. I subdue Yaoqi's soul transformation saintess. What heaven-reaching method, they say. My realm has long surpassed this world. That rag must contain supreme Tao, an emperor weapon, so Xiaohua must chop harder. He cannot lose to the new maid. That was close. Too close. I almost exposed myself. Do all cultivators have holes in their brains? Still, I get a soul transformation level premium nanny for free. The safety rating of this courtyard should shoot straight upward now, right? Yaoqi calls it a terrible humiliation. An absolutely terrible humiliation. Their 1,000-year fortune raised that saintess, and now she is being used as a lowly maid. The Holy Lord quickly tells them to calm down. Chongqing's actions are always deep and sharp. This move might be teaching Qingqing some peerless secret method. Yaoqi snaps that washing bowls is no secret art. They say Tai Holy Land has gone too far. Does Lu Chongqing think Yaoqi has no one? Whatever cultivation I am faking, I dared humiliate Yaoqi today. So they will flatten ninth peak. They bring out the heaven-flipping seal. The Holy Lord panics that they are mad. Once that seal appears, life within 1,000 li suffers. It can overturn heaven and earth, and shake all things to death. They send it at me to die. Again rude. A scream tears through the air. The crowd recognizes the heaven-flipping seal. The Yaoqi Holy Lord actually used it. It can smash even heavenly Tao laws. A true extreme emperor weapon. Rian shouts for me to be careful. She says this thing cannot be blocked head-on. She begs senior brother to retreat and offers to block it herself. Terrifying loyalty. Yaoqi says even if Lu Chongqing is strong, he will turn to dust before the seal. It tells me to die, and I find it so noisy. I cannot even eat an apple in peace. This scrap metal is seriously annoying. Blocking my sunlight is one thing, but filling my courtyard with dust? Come on. I give a small snort. They think even an immortal descending could never use 1 apple core to block an extreme emperor weapon. They wonder if I have given up resisting. Yaoqi screams that her heaven-flipping seal cannot fail. That is an extreme emperor weapon. How can it be beaten by an apple core? Just 1 fruit core. 1 leftover core shatters it, and badly wounds a peak Mahayana old monster. They stare at Chongqing, wondering what realm I am in. Could I be a legendary immortal emperor descended? The emperor weapon is broken, smashed by 1 apple core. Ching thinks serving such a supreme being as maid means even washing bowls or washing my feet daily would bless Yaoqi's ancestral graves. Rian says one casual strike from me contains the supreme Tao that destroys all arts. She says junior sister has learned. Xiaohua calls senior brother incredible. One fruit core crushes an extreme emperor weapon. That is true heaven-splitting might. That scared me half to death. I thought my poor yard was getting flattened. Good thing the system delivers. I ask why everyone is making a fuss. I only tossed away some trash. I tell Xiaohua to sweep outside the courtyard. Remember, cultivators must not litter. Damaging flowers and grass would be bad. Xiaohua solemnly obeys my teaching. Qingsheng tells me to rest. She will scrub the pot until it shines. They realize that was not even a strike. It cannot count as one strike at all. It was only a fruit core. Yaoqi's 10,000-year foundation cannot withstand one casual flick from me. Someone tells the old Yaoqi woman she caused disaster. This senior Lu must be above Mahayana, maybe even a true immortal descendant. If that golden light had tilted slightly, the whole eastern wasteland might be flattened. They must go uphill and apologize immediately. If the senior grows angry, they will all turn to ash. The Holy Lord says our senior brother is always magnanimous. As long as their hearts are sincere, he likely will not kill everyone. So he leads them up the mountain. The Holy Lord of Tai announces himself, with fellow cultivators from 100 eastern sects. He comes to greet Senior Lu Chongsheng. Whoa, what is going on? Why have all these old monsters come kneeling outside my courtyard? I only threw out some trash. That should not scare them this badly, right? Do not come closer. Cross the white line, and I fight for my life. I ask what all this noise is about. The Yaoqi Holy Lord says she was blind. She offended my immortal majesty. Her death would not be enough. She only begs for my mercy and asks me to spare Yaoqi's 1,000,000 disciples. She offers 3 supreme spiritual veins, 10 ancient divine herbs, and a 9-heaven mystic iron mine. All for me to decide. Zifu Holy Land offers 109-turn golden pills. They beg for my protection. Wanxiang Holy Land offers 10 heaven-tier manuals and is willing to serve me as master. I am rich. Ridiculously rich. How much would all this sell for? Too bad I cannot go outside. These old foxes put everything beyond the line. Are they testing me? Absolutely cannot fall for it. I scoff at their pile of scrap metal. Bringing it before me is embarrassing. They beg the senior to calm his anger. They truly cannot offer anything better. Qingqing brings washed fruit to me. She asks me to taste it. Good made energy. Yaoqi thinks Qingqing did well. If she clings to this mighty thigh, Yaoqi will rise. I say I fear trouble most. Since they understand the rules, they can leave the things behind, then get lost and stop bothering me about the east. From today on, the 100-li area around 9th Peak becomes forbidden land. No one without summons may enter. They all obey the holy order. Then they withdraw. At last, I bluff through it. But now the title of Eastern Wasteland's strongest has somehow landed on my head. I must guard this line to death. Even beaten dead, I cannot step out. Finally, they leave cleanly. Those old fellows. Each has terrifying cultivation, and even more terrifying imagination. If they stayed one more second, my mortal weakling secret would be exposed. I call for Xiaohua and Qingqing. Xiaohua asks what senior brother commands. Qingqing asks me to give instructions. The pile of scrap outside the gate is an eyesore. It is ruining my feng shui. I ask the two of them to work a little and move the whole pile inside. They stare at me, senior brother. These are the foundations of major holy lands. Any one item could buy a small country. They ask if I call these treasures scrap metal. I say cultivators should cultivate the heart. If outside objects blind their eyes, how can they still talk about the great Tao? In my eyes, they are no different from mud and sand. Xiaohua says he understands. Senior brother is using this chance to warn him. He let a few spiritual treasures shake his Tao heart. He feels truly ashamed. He thinks I see all things like straw dogs. Even 10 lifetimes could not catch my state of mind. That, he says, is true immortal style. Qingqing thinks of Yaoqi's elders. They fight red-faced over a few spirit stones. Before me, they are frogs in a well. She thanks senior brother for the guidance. Qingqing says she has learned. They go to clean those treasures into my yard. Good thing I have 2 free workers. The goods are outside the white line. I would never dare go out and take them. Now everything is perfect. It all ends up in my pocket. I am rich. Rich, rich, rich. After moving it in, I tell them to stack it in a corner. The woodshed table is missing a leg support. Those heaven-tier manuals can pad it nicely. Once done, they can rest early, and they obey. Good. Everyone is sound asleep. Now comes my most sacred daily moment. The system dings. Midnight has arrived. A new day begins. The Invincible Domain expands by 1 centimeter. Current radius, 10 meters and 30 centimeters. This stingy dog system is unbelievable. 1 centimeter a day, only a little over 3 meters a year. To expand it down to the mountain foot, I may need my great-grandmother to resurrect first. 1 millimeter. 5 millimeters, 1 centimeter. Right here. Ow. Pretending to be an expert is exhausting. This cultivation world is too dangerous. But as long as I stay inside this line, no one can do a thing to me. I am sleepy. Tomorrow I still must sweep. The night grows heavier and heavier. Who knows which danger comes first? Maybe I should drink a cup and calm down. After 1,000 years, that old monster finally smells fresh blood outside. The seal has already cracked 70%. In less than 3 days, he can see daylight again. Then he plans to blood wash the eastern wasteland. His followers welcome the ancestor. They praise his unmatched divine might and call him invincible under heaven. He tells them to stop flattering him. During his long sleep, he asks about the eastern wasteland situation, and then whether Tai Holy Land still has any old thing worth his notice. His servant reports back to the ancestor. Tai's older generation has long declined, but recently, Ninth Peak produced a freak named Lu Chongqing. A freak, and an extremely strange one. Yaoqi Holy Land's heaven-flipping seal was shattered by a fruit core I casually threw. Even a nascent soul-old monster was crippled by my kick. Now the whole eastern wasteland honors me. If they do not remove me, I may block the Blood Clan's return. The ancestor laughs at a mere youngster claiming supremacy. Most likely, Tai Holy Land pushed out a puppet to fake mystery. He grants them a strand of his original blood chi. Before he breaks the seal, they must sneak into Ninth Peak and bring back Lu Chongqing's head. If they cannot kill one fake mystic waste, they can jump into the blood pool as fertilizer. They obey the ancestor's decree. They swear to separate Lu Chongqing's head from his body. At Tai, someone reports that the demon cave seal loosened. That demonic chi belongs to the blood demon ancestor from 1,000 years ago. Back then, to seal him, over half the righteous path in the east died. Even the previous Holy Lord fell. If he breaks free now, with their current strength, what can they use to stop him? The Holy Lord snorts and asks why they panic. If the sky falls, tall people hold it up. They ask what the Holy Lord means. He asks if they have forgotten. What kind of existence now sits in Tai Holy Land, right? They say, Senior Brother is here. I can casually toy with heavenly Tao laws. So one outdated demon locked up for 1,000 years counts as nothing. Maybe Senior Brother predicted this day long ago. That is why he stays on Ninth Peak. He is waiting for the demon to deliver himself. The Holy Lord agrees and sends down an order. Everyone in the sect should eat and drink as usual. Ignore the noise from the demon cave. As long as Chongqing is here, Tai Holy Land is the safest place under heaven. The demons reach the legendary number 1 courtyard. There is not even a decent mountain protection formation. Even the wall is nailed together with broken boards. One is checked with his nether ghost eye. That kid is sitting in the courtyard. Not a trace of spiritual energy on him. He looks more ordinary than ordinary. His meridians are blocked. His blood and chi are weak. One finger could crush him. I sneeze. Autumn is here. The mountain wind is strong. Tomorrow I should make Xiaohua chop wood and patch the window. Cultivators may not need to eat, but I am immortal. I am so hungry my ribs are hugging my back. Tonight, I need spicy sour shredded potatoes. They decide I really am a useless man without cultivation. The ancestor was right. I am just Tai's bluffing puppet. The rumor about shattering the heaven-flipping seal must be a staged act with Yaoqi. Since that is so, one demon will go cut off my head, then claim the reward from the ancestor. The other tells him to look at the white line. It is only a line drawn with lime. What mystery could it have? His brother says he understands nothing. This is called mixing truth and falsehood. Tai dares place me here as bait, so a peerless killing formation must surround the yard. That white line may be the trigger boundary. If they step half a foot inside, they will be ground into meat paste. The other asks what they should do. That was close. They nearly fell for the righteous path. Again, he asks what they should do. Are they supposed to just watch? He snorts that every plan has one flaw. No matter how Tai calculates, their sky and side defenses may be perfect, but they will never expect an underground approach. Evil laughter echoes. Always a good sign. His brother agrees. He has a low-grade spirit treasure, the sky-boring, rat-bone shovel. It specializes in breaking earth restrictions. Digging tunnels is its specialty. Above and around are guarded, but underground must be the formation's blind spot. They start digging 30 meters outside the white line, then angle downward. They plan to tunnel right under my feet and launch an earth dragon killing strike. One hit, one kill. As long as they kill the righteous path's spiritual pillar, the ancestor's grand plan can sweep forward. One demon calls to his big brother. Is Qingyun Peak's soil made of black iron? The closer they get beneath the courtyard, the harder the dirt becomes. His spirit treasure is almost curling at the edge. The elder demon calls him stupid. That means they chose right. The closer to the core earth veins, the stronger the peerless formation's blessing. They must not clash with spiritual power, otherwise they may trigger an alarm. Use pure physical strength and scrape it by bit. The younger one says he is a grand soul transformation demon venerable. Back then, he killed people like cutting grass. Now he is digging dirt with bare hands. He has swallowed 10 chi burst pills just to keep going. Only by eating bitter hardship can one become the demon above demons. They remember the deputy leader position the ancestor promised. For the demonic path's revival, they dig. The system dings. A new day. The Invincible Domain radius expands by 1 centimeter. Other people's systems crush heaven and earth instantly. Mine gives me 1 centimeter a day, 3 days, and it widened by 1 finger. When will this misery end? That kid Xiaohua went to the back mountain before dawn to practice boxing. Rian is in seclusion comprehending some nonsense sword intent. And Qingcheng went to the back mountain to fetch spring water. On this huge 9th peak, not one person is here to make breakfast. Fine, I do it myself. Self-reliance feeds the stomach. Above me, there is no spiritual energy, not even basic defensive runes. The demons laugh, thinking they guessed right. Inside, the courtyard is completely undefended. Less than half a meter away, they decide now is the time to burst out. Wild laughter erupts under my breakfast. They mock my white line killing formation. Apparently, they perfectly bypassed it underground. Surprised, they say. Unexpected, they ask. Very much, yes. They declare today next year my death anniversary. Are assassins this competitive now? Unable to enter from outside, they dig tunnels and deliver themselves to my door. Right in front of my chopping board, too. They say I calculated everything, but never expected them underground. Without the outside killing formation, I am a lamb waiting for the knife. They read my blank stare as losing even the thought of resisting. One tells his brother to stop wasting words. They should search my soul directly, then cut off my head and return to the demon cave. I just cleaned this floor. Where did these 3 lunatics pop out from? They got mud all over my kitchen. My beloved blue brick floor, suffering. I cannot even eat breakfast in peace. Forget it. I chop vegetables first. The demons call me arrogant. Death is near, yet I ignore them. One wants to mince me into meat paste. They move to use a heavenly demon technique, a body-shattering great art, apparently. They insist on killing me in 1 strike. A strange chant echoes through the room. It sounds tragic, dramatic, and very inconvenient. The melody sinks like a river at dawn. Moon, sun, medicine, destiny, the whole opera arrives. Honestly, it is too much background music for breakfast. What is this stuff? Did those tunnel brothers bring it up as some mutated underground fungus? It looks like shredded meat. The cuts are surprisingly even. The ecology of this cultivation world keeps getting stranger. Just looking at it kills my appetite, and it dirties my floor again. Xiaohua asked senior sister if she felt it. Near the kitchen, just now, an extremely evil aura exploded. But it appeared for only an instant, then vanished completely. Rian says it was not only evil aura. In that single moment, she felt peerless blade intent above the heavenly Tao. That blade intent was so pure, even Yaoqi's founder could not compare. Xiaohua begins to guess wildly. Perfect timing. They return at midnight. I tell them the kitchen floor has a hole. Xiaohua can fill it. Also, there are mutated underground fungi in a dry bucket. Qingcheng can take them to the back mountain. Best not let them pollute my yard. They recognize Peak's soul, transformation, demonic essence. And those fragments are remains of the demon cave's netherthorn treasure. Senior brother called this mutated fungus. 3 soul transformation demon lords sneaked in, could not even touch my sleeve, and got sliced into neat meat strips. The great Tao is simple. Return to simplicity, they whisper. In senior brother's eyes, soul transformation demon venerables and potatoes are basically the same. What terrifying realm is this? A stray lyric trails off into the night. Demonic laughter rises elsewhere. After 1,000 years, the blood demon ancestor finally sees daylight. This world will again submit beneath his blood sea. His followers welcome the ancestor's release. Then one cautiously reports. The 3 nether ghost demon venerables sent to Tai. Just now. Had their soul tablets shatter together. The ancestor laughs with mild interest. 3 soul transformation cultivators. Dead without sending one distress signal. So Tai's fake righteous crowd has some foundation. Fine. He has just awakened anyway. And feels hungry. Tai Holy Land. Will feed him with the blood of the whole sect. His first meal after breaking free. Disgusting menu. His laughter rolls across the sky. The Holy Lord orders the whole sect. They activate Tai's heavenly demon suppression formation. Even if they fight to the last person, they cannot let the demon enter the Holy Land. Everyone vows to live and die with the sect. The ancestor mocks their scrap metal formation. They think that can block him? He calls the Holy Lord an old fool. Each generation is worse than the last. The Holy Lord faces the blood demon ancestor. He tells him not to be arrogant. Tai Holy Land has stood for 10,000 years. No demon can destroy it just by talking. The ancestor calls them overconfident. Today, he will show them what true despair means. He unleashes Bloodsea Pagoda and orders everything to shatter. The Holy Lord cannot believe it. The demon's cultivation has surpassed Mahayana. The ancestor laughs again. So this is the righteous path's leader? Utterly unable to take one hit, he addresses the Holy Lord again. Now he will refine them all into pills, stepping stones for his return as ruler. The elders cry out to the Holy Lord. Is Tai Holy Land truly doomed today? The heavens are killing them. But the Holy Lord says hope remains. Tai Holy Land still has one hidden supreme immortal. He tells them to ignore him and keep one breath. Go to 9th Peak. Go to Qingyan Peak now. Ask senior brother to come out. And so, disaster heads straight for my door. The ancestor tells them to run all they want. He wants to see what foundation Tai Holy Land still has that could possibly save them. The disciples say the Holy Lord is almost there. Qingyan Peak is just ahead. They laugh cry for senior brother. Tai's survival depends entirely on me. The 342nd Holy Lord of Tai. Brings all elders and disciples to kneel before me. The demonic path is rampant. Tai faces total destruction. They beg senior brother to descend and subdue the demon, and save Tai's 1,000-year foundation. Everyone begs me to go out and kill the demon. What the hell is happening? Why are they all kneeling here? I am finished. That blood demon ancestor must have broken free. Those effects, that pressure. Definitely a max-level boss. They want me to leave and fight demons? Outside, I am pure combat trash. If I step past the white line, that old monster only needs to breathe, and I become ash. Dear System Uncle, can we discuss something? Can I get extra area today? This 10-meter radius is not enough. Going out is head delivery. The blood demon laughs at the Holy Lord. He asks if the beating scrambled his brain. He is begging a turtle hiding in a yard. So this is Tai's final trump card? To him, it is the world's biggest joke. The Holy Lord calls for senior brother. Does even I think Tai cannot be saved? Fine, I gamble. As long as I do not leave, I am invincible inside the yard. I must bluff him until his legs limp. Best case, trick him into the yard and kill him. I snap that they are too noisy. I am sweeping the floor. Who allowed them to shout here? They call for senior brother, desperate now. They beg me to leave the mountain and kill this demon. I call him a mere ant asleep for 1,000 years. Not worth half a step outside my yard. If he refuses to accept that, he can come in and try. Let us see whether 1 inch of my yard can bury this 1,000-year demon maggot. The blood demon ancestor laughs. He calls me one arrogant, ignorant brat. More laughter rolls in. Very villain, very loud. He has roamed Tianyuan continent for 1,000 years. Even Tai's old ancestor avoided him. And I am just a baby-faced kid to him, yet I dare call him an ant. He knows I am trying to provoke him. Fine, he says. Today he wants to see what this turtle hiding in a broken yard can actually do. Tai's survival now depends on me. Fantastic pressure. Crap. This old monster is really coming. The effects are way too exaggerated. He looks ready to erase the whole mountain. System, bless me. This white line had better be reliable. If he dares come in, it must delete him instantly. If he smashes the mountain from outside, I will be free-falling with it. The old demon starts to say he respects me. I make a sound like a startled goose. Did he seriously step back half a pace? He is the mighty blood demon ancestor. A murderous great demon charging so hard, then suddenly hitting the brakes. Come on, take 2 steps forward. Just 2 steps into the yard. I will show you true dimensional bullying. I ask why he stopped. Was he not shouting about killing me? The gate is wide open. The white line is right under his feet. Is this unbeatable blood demon ancestor too scared to take 1 step? He finds me far too strange. Facing his monstrous demonic pressure, I am still drinking tea, and he cannot see my depth at all. He thinks I am luring him inside. Could this courtyard hide a formation that kills even Mahayana cultivators? He snorts at my fake mystery. He has lived over 1,000 years. He will not fall for such crude bait. So the mighty demonic giant is just an old dog outside the gate, barking weakly. How boring. He says I am courting death. He wants to see what my broken yard is really hiding. He launches blood nether bone melting. A giant hand comes flying. Whoa. He used his ultimate move. He is not following the script. System, does this broken domain block ranged attacks? If it does not, today I will not even leave ashes. He cannot believe what happens. System, you beautiful beast. Ranged attacks are immune too. As long as I stay inside this line, even Heavenly Tao kneels and sings surrender. Stable now. The old demon refuses to believe it. He calls it a cheap illusion before the ancestor. He gathers evil arts back to their source, then throws everything at me to die. He wonders what kind of formation this is, absolute defense or law power. Even legendary immortal world arrays could not erase his attacks so cleanly. Could my cultivation have exceeded the mortal world's limit? I say the wind outside is strong, and the wild dog barking is noisy. It ruins even my mood for tea. Was he performing circus tricks for me? He asked what monster I am. Wait, is this old guy trying to run? If he hides outside and shoots arrows daily, or runs off to harm everyone else, Ninth Peak will not even have food delivery. No, I cannot let him leave. I must make him step inside the line. I ask if the famous blood demon ancestor has only this much courage now, standing so far away. Is he afraid I will swallow him? He curses my arrogance. When he dominated the world, my ancestors were not even born. He says my yard reeks of strangeness. Some vicious immortal killing array must be here. He will not fall for my provocation. This old demon is annoyingly sharp. He actually refuses the bait. Since ordinary provocation fails, I must use the ultimate technique. Today, I must anger him senseless. I sigh. I ask Qingsheng for last night's leftover bones. Qingsheng respectfully says they are here. A mighty blood demon ancestor, but I think he is nothing special. Honestly, he is worse than a dog in my yard. If I throw a bone, a dog would wag its tail and come chew. But he lacks the courage to enter. He only dares bark filthy words outside. He should stop calling himself blood demon ancestor. Blood demon old dog fits better. No, wait. Dogs are braver than him. He is trash too scared to fetch a bone. He screams that I am courting death. Xiaohu agrees with senior brother. This old demon is a spineless soft shrimp. He cannot cross a shabby white line that I casually drew. Xiaohu laughs loudly. And this coward wanted to destroy Tai Holy Land? What a joke. He tells him to crawl back to the demon cave for milk. Qingqing joins in too. Back when she was at Yaoqi, she heard of the blood demon ancestor's fame. She thought he was some peerless demon. But seeing him today, she realizes he is just a turtle barking outside the gate. She tells her master not to dirty his eyes. This trash is not worthy to wipe my shoes. Beautiful work. These 2 hype machines are top quality. Keep insulting him. Insult him into madness. The blood demon screams that rage will kill him. Again, rage will kill him. He has dominated for 1,000 years. His victims filled the wilds. He slaughtered sects and wiped out clans. If he does not skin us today and grind our bones to ash, he swears he is no man, immortal array or not. Even if it costs him 1,000 years of lifespan, he will flatten my broken yard. He is coming in. He is really coming in. Quick, quick, step inside for me already. The demonic chi is terrifying. The old demon is risking everything. His power exceeds soul transformation limits. Qingqing worries for her master. The demon calls me a fake mystic brat, then lunges in to kill me. Huh, he entered. He really entered. My invincible zone activates. The demon coughs. He asks what is happening. Where did his magic power go? Where did his cultivation go? He cannot believe it. Even a Mahayana cultivator could not strip him of everything instantly. What kind of domain is this? I note that he has come in. He asks what sorcery I used. Who am I? And give his power back. He screams. Senior brother has not moved a finger. Yet the old demon is already kneeling. They call it true great Tao might. Words become law. Heaven and earth submit. The ancestor says he knows he was wrong. He begs Lord Lu to show mercy. I tell him I gave him a chance. He insisted on coming in himself, since he is already inside. He screams for mercy. He realizes this is no human power. He thinks I am an immortal emperor. No, heavenly Tao itself. Then he lets out one last scream. I thought he would be more impressive. He only squeezed out this tiny thing. The color is pretty bright. Looks like a candy bean. Xiaohua, catch. It would be a waste to throw this thing away. Take it and feed it to a dog. No, wait, use it to nourish yourself. You have been chopping wood hard lately. Xiaohua realizes this was a peak soul transformation blood demon. Senior brother actually gives him such heaven-defying fortune, with one casual toss. Xiaohua thanks senior brother. For this pill, Xiaohua would go through boiling water and fire, dying 10,000 times without regret. They say I turn all things into pills, and see great demons like weeds. My realm has surpassed the 3,000 Daos. This is true supreme freedom. Qingqing thinks serving such a forbidden being means Yaoqi's ancestral graves are smoking with luck. The sect cries that heaven blesses Tai. Heaven blesses the righteous path. With ancestor Changxing guarding them, Tai Holy Land will flourish forever. They chant that ancestor Changxing's power is boundless, shaking past and present. Again, ancestor Changxing's power is boundless, shaking past and present. My title upgraded itself again. The demons stammer that their ancestor has fallen. Not even a whole body remains. He turned into dog food. They run, shouting to run fast. A monster lives on 9th Peak. Man, today scared me half to death. That old monster looked so ugly. If he really rushed in and bit me, how could my delicate mortal skin survive? The system dings. A new day has reached the domain. The radius expands by 1 centimeter. Current radius, 10 meters and 39 centimeters. 1 more centimeter, 1 more thread of safety. As long as I can hold on. As long as I absolutely never go out. No one under heaven can touch a hair of mine. Xiaohua holds that heaven-made treasure, which senior brother casually gave him. If he cannot soar from this, how can he keep chopping wood on 9th Peak? The energy is terrifying. He scolds the mere demon blood for acting wild, and uses heaven-splitting body art to suppress it. A fierce roar cracks the air. Everyone sees a sign of breaking into void refinement. On 9th Peak, besides Ancestor Changsheng. Could there be another great expert? No. They look at the center of the vision. It faintly carries a force that opens heaven and earth. This must be Ancestor Changsheng evolving, the supreme Tao. Even the sky cracks. They think the ancestor dislikes Tianyuan's low-grade heavenly Tao. So he plans to poke through the sky. The human world's heavenly Tao barrier shatters. A tyrannical aura descends. Within that power, there is pressure even above the demon emperor that ignores heavenly Tao laws. A mortal ant touched such a realm? Interesting. He sends down the demon emperor's decree. 10 million demon troops are assigned. He will personally cross realms to meet this so-called human supreme. I hum my little tune. Crap, why is there a giant hole in the sky? Is this a sci-fi apocalypse set? Did my hand shake while drawing the line last night? And add 1 extra millimeter? Am I being punished by heaven? Rian says the heavenly Tao barrier has broken. Extremely terrifying demonic chi is leaking through. That pressure seems like the legendary demon realm supreme descending. Qingqing calls for master. This aura is too frightening. That pressure seems like the demon realm supreme descending. Qingqing calls for master again. The aura is truly terrifying. Even Yaoqi's sec protection formation could not block one strike from him. She asks what we should do. I call it a little wind and frost. No need to make such a fuss. If he dares come outside, this white line becomes his grave. They cannot believe I ignore even the demon realm supreme. Senior brother, how forbiddenly powerful has he become? The demon emperor sees Tianyuan continent. Its spiritual energy is so thin. Its laws are so weak. A fragile lower plane, he says. The Holy Lords address fellow Taoists. The demonic calamity has arrived. There is nowhere left to retreat. For all living beings of Tianyuan continent, they form the 10,000 Immortals demon-slaying array. Today, they can only fight to the death, to buy time for senior brother to come out. The demon emperor snorts. He calls them useless ants, overestimating themselves. They report the defensive line has collapsed. Everything has completely routed. The Jiuyo Demon Emperor exceeds mortal world limits. He is already half a step from ascension. All the holy lords have been wiped out. 10 million demon troops are slaughtering Central Province. They tell me all lives under heaven hang by a thread, and beg me to leave the mountain and suppress the demon. Half a step from ascension? Damn. Hundreds of big shots got one shot. If I go out, I am just delivery. Why does this broken system only work in my yard? I say heavenly Tao cycles have their own order. They usually live too comfortably. They should taste life and death tempering. Rian thinks she understands. This is a trial for all the holy lands. I delay my attack, to force out their potential in despair. If I handle everything for them, what kind of immortality are they cultivating? Rian praises my far-sighted wisdom, and says she has learned. But what if the demon emperor attacks Tai? I snort that if he knows sense, he will crawl back to the demon realm. If he dares come, this line on Qingyan Peak will be his ghost gate. The demon emperor says he crossed realms to search for that extreme aura ignoring heavenly Tao laws. He asks these ants, who is strongest in this land? Someone tells the demon not to be smug. Tai's 9th peak senior brother, Lu Changshen, would crush him if he acted. He would not even qualify to carry my shoes. The demon emperor notes Tai's 9th peak. One person alone slapped the blood demon ancestor into a blood pill. He lives secluded and never descends the mountain. Interesting, far too interesting. He orders the army to hold position. He wants to see this human supreme worshipped like a god and weigh his real worth. My master finally escapes those debt-collecting tigresses. He thinks home sect is still safest. He wonders what that brat Changsha has done to ruin 9th peak. A mortal with no cultivation like me might even have sold the roof tiles. When he sees me, he plans to teach me a proper lesson and rebuild his master's authority. Then he sees the sky and panics. A demon emperor. The demon emperor has descended. Now everything is finished. Even heaven wants him dead. Nervous laughter shakes loose. What terrifying pressure. Just looking at him makes souls tremble. It is the Juyo demon emperor. He abandoned the whole war and crossed the void alone. This place is finished. Completely finished. He found us. Crap, crap, crap. A half-ascension big shot is at my door. He arrives with max-level special effects. Can my broken white line handle this? System, if one thread of pressure leaks in, I become meat paste. He asks if I am the one who killed the blood demon ancestor, Lu Chongqing. I say the wind is strong up there. If he does not want to die, he should roll down and speak standing properly. They say senior brother is too domineering. Facing a half-ascension demon emperor, I actually tell him to roll down and stand straight. The demon emperor laughs. He calls me arrogant. He has roamed 3 realms for ages. I am the first human to speak to him like this. He wants to see what hides beneath my mortal skin, and what heaven-reaching ability I have. Then he orders me to die. So much thunder, so little rain. I thought the Demon Realm Supreme had some tricks. That's it. Not even enough to dust my courtyard. Everyone cheers that senior brother is mighty. So what if he is the Demon Emperor? Before me, he is just a clown. This does not look good. Even a half-ascension strike vanishes silently. Senior brother's realm may already surpass this world's heavenly Tao. The Demon Emperor cannot believe that strike failed. Even a true peak Mahayana expert should have been turned to ash. How is this possible? Not even a ripple of spiritual energy appeared. He calls it fake mystery. He wants to see what supreme treasure I am hiding. Something blocked his ultimate demonic pressure. He opens his delusion-breaking demon eye to see through all falsehoods. He sees I have not one trace of spiritual energy. No dantian, no nascent soul. Even my meridians are blocked. I am no hidden supreme expert. I am a mortal with 0 cultivation. A pure mortal. Rude, but accurate. Crap, this demon emperor has wall hacks. X-ray eyes after 43 levels of bluffing? Today my underwear is getting exposed. System, can this domain block X-ray vision? So what if I am mortal? So what if others are immortal? The great Tao is simple. This demon has still fallen into a lower path. But if I am only mortal, where did that power come from? The demon emperor bursts into laughter. He says he understands. More laughter. Great. The villain has thoughts. He finally understands everything. All my confidence is not my own cultivation. It is this courtyard. The ancient killing array inside this white line. No wonder I refused to step out. No wonder the blood demon died instantly inside. He laughs like he won the lottery. Because once I leave that white line, I am weaker than one of his foot soldiers. I am done. Completely done. This old lamp saw through my biggest secret. Now even bluffing has no place to stand, since he sees through it. What is he waiting for? I stand right here. If he has guts, come in and kill me. He calls provocation a crude trick. As long as his demonic chi stays outside the line, I am only a mortal ant. Since I will not come out, he will stand outside the line and blast this broken mountain, along with my junior brother and sisters, little by little into dust. He summons Juyo world-ending demon flame to erase this mountain completely. I am done. I am done. This scene is basically a nuclear carpet bomb, and maybe worse. System, does this domain have air defense? Without it, I'm checking out today. The flames bloom like a flower. He laughs. The power is terrifying. So this is true peak Mahayana strength. Even if they die, they cannot let this demon step into senior brother's quiet place. Are they stupid? If you cannot win, run. I shout for everyone to get into the yard. They decide senior brother is testing them. If they cannot bear even this aftershock and hide in the array for protection, how can they pursue immortality? Exactly, senior brother leads by example. Facing sky-filling demon flames, I remain calm as clouds and wind. He is telling us, a sword cultivator must advance without fear, break rather than bend, never retreat behind the white line. They thank senior brother and claim enlightenment. Even if they die today, they will not step back half a pace. I guided you. My ancestors, I told you to come in and live. At a time like this, they still overthink. The Demon Emperor calls it touching sect loyalty. But before him, all struggle is useless. No, if this continues, everyone is gone. I must interrupt him. I ask if he only hides 10 meters away throwing rocks. Is this his so-called ultimate power? It cannot even lift one tile from my roof. Utterly laughable. He laughs. He says a mortal need not use cheap provocation. He admits my array is strange. But no turtle shell is unbreakable. Since wide-range spells are dissolved, he will use his demon realm treasure, God-slaying spear. With pure single-target destruction, he will pierce me and my shell in one strike. He tells me not to worry. He will not cross the white line at all. He will stand 10 meters away and watch me get nailed to this cliff. Great. This time he is completely unmoved. He wants to snipe me from a distance. System, how long until midnight? If you do not expand soon, I will become grilled meat on a stick. The Demon Emperor changes his mind. Killing me directly would be too kind to this boring mortal world. He will make the world's #1 senior brother watch his own sect mates get crushed into meat paste bit by bit. They hold on, refusing to disturb senior brother. Just a little more. If I pull them in, they will be safe. The system warns I am about to leave the domain. Once I step out, my mortal body becomes atoms in 0.01 seconds. I cannot go out. I simply cannot go out. I am just useless, a mortal who cannot save his own juniors. They tell senior brother not to mind them. Rian tells Qingqing not to cry. Does she not understand my intention? Senior brother clearly could have saved them, but he stopped, because he knows. Flowers in a greenhouse can never defy heaven, or the vast sky. This is their final life and death cocoon. Exactly. Senior brother stands inside the white line, unmoving as a mountain, using the Demon Emperor's pressure to temper their Tao roots. Hear the Tao at dawn, die at dusk. Rian will not disappoint senior brother. Temper you, my foot. I am too scared to leave. Please stop overthinking. Just move half a step back into the yard. The Demon Emperor laughs. So that is it. He finally understands. Lu Changsheng, he says, I act very well. Everyone thinks I am a hidden immortal. They think I stay inside to avoid harming innocents. But his delusion-breaking demon, I saw it clearly. I wanted to save them. Yet I backed down at the final moment. Because once I leave that white line, I will die. All my power only works inside that strange array. I cannot leave that courtyard at all. Rian calls it nonsense. The demon must not shake her Tao heart. Senior brother is #1 through all ages. How could a tiny space trap him? I say if he thinks he knows the truth. Why is he still like a homeless dog? Barking from 10 meters away? If he has guts, roll over here. Poke my heart with that scrap metal. Does he dare? Fine. Since I am rushing to die, the Demon Emperor will fulfill me. He will not bombard me with spells. He will use the God-slaying spear to pierce my heart by hand. He wants to see whether my cultivationless mortal body can block a spear that pierces eternity. Crap, he is really coming over. This pressure is way too strong. Heaven, please bless me. As long as he crosses this line, even with one toe, the system can instantly grind him into trash. Come in, hurry up and come in. Humph. All flash, no substance. I tell him to stab already if he wants to stab. My tea is getting cold. They stammer, calling for senior brother. They tell me to ignore them and kill him. They wonder why I still have not drawn a sword. Could this demon not even deserve to make me unsheath one? The Demon Emperor senses some great terror. Absolute great terror, apparently. Nice title. If he had stepped half a pace over that line, even his soul might have been crushed to nothing. This is no array at all. It is an extreme domain beyond this universe. Why did he stop? His legs went soft. Huh, close call. He calls me Lu Changsheng and says my scheming runs deep. I purposely look like a cultivationless mortal to lure him into this death zone. This line is my life and death sword line. As long as he does not enter, even if I am invincible inside, even if I am unbeatable under heaven, I cannot do anything to him. I am done. Done. Why is this demon not following the script? Villains are supposed to charge brainlessly. Why is he this careful? But if I am really just mortal, then my body is only mortal level. That god-slaying spear was forged from extreme demon iron. It is indestructible. Its weight alone can crush a mountain range. If the demon emperor uses no magic at all, only his own peak Mahayana, pure physical strength, and throws it like a normal javelin. Ultimate speed plus ultimate weight means even if my domain strips away power, it cannot instantly cancel. That terrifying pure physical inertia. That inertia is enough the moment it enters the domain to smash my mortal body into paste. Pure physical strength. A peak Mahayana body. Even if he throws only a rock, it could punch through stars. If Master is really mortal flesh, he cannot block pure physical penetration. Oh, come on. You are a cultivation world demon. Why are you talking physics and inertia? Did you secretly pry open Newton's coffin? That wind-up alone could skewer me clean through. Physical inertia. Interesting. I tell him to try. Let's see whether his scrap metal is faster, or my rules are harder. He says I still act tough at death's door. Today he will use the most primitive method to nail me into this grand chair. He decides my calm cannot be fake. If the distance is too far, when he throws the god-slaying spear, as it crosses this invincible domain, there is a 1 in 10,000 chance. Its inertia gets erased by supreme rules. To kill me, the spear's kinetic force must reach its absolute peak. The closer he gets, the higher the chance I get pierced, but he absolutely cannot cross the white line. Even one hair over the line could risk his death. Here, he is still 3 meters from the line. No, too far, not safe enough. 1 meter, he can go closer. He wants absolute certainty in one strike. What a sin, what a sin. My master finally comes back from dodging death, expecting peaceful old age, and runs into a demon emperor ending the world. Chongqing usually sweeps and cooks so diligently. When did that kid provoke this thing? The others tell Master he does not understand. Senior brother is a hidden immortal. I never leave the courtyard, because I suppress this world's destiny myself. They tell him to look. The demon emperor clearly can destroy heaven and earth, yet under my pressure, he even walks like he is stepping on ice. He has to use a ruler for safe distance. Even without saying a word, I force the demon emperor to tread carefully. Chingqing says it is useless. Did they not hear what the demon emperor said? Master's domain can only strip away laws. It cannot block pure physical inertia. The demon emperor keeps moving closer, because he is searching for the critical point of maximum physical damage. Once he stops, that 10 million gene god-slaying spear will be thrown with peak Mahayana strength. Even if Master has heaven-high cultivation, if his current body is truly mortal, that spear will absolutely kill him. Mortal flesh. My master knows I was mortal all along. It is over. Over. 9th peak is completely finished today. 6 minutes. A whole 6 minutes left. Why is this lunatic demon using a ruler now? Are cultivation people all this precise? System, dear grandpa. Your lousy 1 centimeter a day setting really has to refresh at midnight. Can you not advance me tomorrow's quota early? If I die today, what use is expanding 10,000 meters tomorrow? He needs a ruler just to kill someone. Is he measuring my birthday coffin, or measuring his own coffin size? If he is scared, he can kneel and cow down now. I may leave him a whole corpse. Hurry up. I should be going to bed. He calls it provocation. He thinks he sees through my poor little trick. The more arrogant I act, the more eager I am for him to attack, the more it proves his guess is right. I am afraid, he says again. Afraid of his absolute strength. He tells me not to worry. I will not wait long. He will use the perfect distance and the purest force to make my mortal body evaporate from this world completely. I am finished. That trick failed. This villain's mental game is way too solid. Slower. Walk slower. Only the final 2 minutes remain. Move already. Xiaohua says he inherits heaven-splitting body art. How can he watch senior brother face such a demon alone? Rian tells him not to waste his strength. This is physical power beyond heavenly Tao's limit. The only thing they can do now is believe in senior brother. Believe my foot. Are these unlucky kids blind or pretending? Chongqing's hand is shaking while holding tea. Does that look calm? He is sweating from terror. My master thinks Tai ends today. The demon emperor admits my circle holds absolute laws even he cannot understand. But so what? As long as he does not step inside, I am a mortal he can crush any time. Two minutes. Just the last 2 minutes. Why does this demon talk so little? Say a few more lines, come on. Villains die from talking too much. Does he not understand the genre? Oh no, those muscles. Those veins. If he throws this thing, forget my mortal body. Even a titanium alloy mountain would become a sieve. System, can I call you Dad? Please refresh 2 minutes early. He has measured the distance. Even if the spear loses lost support after release, its 10 million gene physical inertia is enough within 1/10,000th of a second to blast my head into blood mist. I call him a frog in a well. Does he think he has seen my limit? The mortal myth ends now, he says. Die. I am definitely dead. This time I am really dead. My story ends here. The system dings. Midnight has arrived. A new day begins. By rule, the domain expands outward 1 centimeter. The Demon Emperor screams as his magic vanishes. The Demon Emperor screams about his great Tao. Even his source power is vanishing. Lovely timing. His scream goes full opera. He shrieks about his toe. I laugh and call the system dad. No, seriously, my real dad. 1 centimeter. We survive by 1 centimeter. He panics and tells me not to come closer. I ask how he dares shout at me. Then I send him off. Permanently. The demons scream that I surpass heavenly Tao. They scramble back toward the demon realm. They even seal the realm wall. Smart demons. Everyone wonders where the Demon Emperor went. Someone tells Master I slapped him into ash. They cheer that senior brother is invincible. Even a peak Mahayana monster got one shot. My master thinks my troublemaking is terrifying. He fears I will get him killed sooner or later. He decides debt dodging is still safer. Master leaves 9th peak to me. Then he runs off to hide for a few hundred years. I ask why everyone is standing there. They are blocking my sunlight. They immediately accept the order. No one dares disturb my so-called seclusion. The system detects my first solo kill. A peak Mahayana existence, apparently. The system enters stage 2. My domain expansion speed increases. From 1 centimeter a day, to 1 decimeter a day. 10 whole centimeters. It also unlocks a new function, cross-realm perception. Now we are talking. 10 centimeters a day. 10 days makes 1 meter. 100 days makes 10 meters. I finally stop crawling like a snail. I am about to take off. Who under heaven can stop me now? I tell the system to open cross-realm perception. Let me take a look. Who else is waiting to get stepped on? Then I nearly swear my soul out. Oh no. Oh no. No. There are people above. So many people. And everyone feels 10,000 times scarier. I quit. I am not playing. What kind of hell difficulty world is this? I am not going out. Beat me to death, still not going out. Not in this lifetime. Not in the next one either. Some disciple calls to his teacher. He mentions the mortal named Lu Chongsheng. He says I used one tiny space law rule to erase the Jiuyo Demon Emperor. That rule's level. May not belong to their world. Great. The teacher calls me a once-in-a-thousand-year monster. The disciple asks what he thinks. Should they send someone down? The teacher says no need. The rule inside my line is borrowed after all. I cannot even move one finger outside it. He orders them to watch that courtyard. The next time I step beyond the line, he will personally come meet me. No thanks. The disciple obeys. I am not going out. Not even if someone beats me dead. Whoever tells me to leave, I fight them.